Hello, everyone. Welcome to Alarmingly Accurate, Reducing False Alarms Using AI. Today's presenter is Vik Ghai. Vik has spent over 20 years in the security field, creating and launching security solutions for businesses worldwide. He's an expert in physical security and cybersecurity, specifically focusing on how AI impacts these domains. Vik knows the ins and outs of keeping things safe and secure. Today, he is here to share his insights on how AI can help reduce false alarms in video surveillance. Quick description of Ganz. We are a global leader in security solutions. We are known for our advanced video management software, Control, intelligent video analytics, and AI-driven products that set the industry standard. Vik, take it away.
Thanks, Nina, for the great kickoff. Let's dive into what we're covering today. Folks, I understand that time is the most important commodity, so I thank you for being here today. We're in for a great session about the challenges faced by our customers, our security teams, and our video systems. We're going to tackle some real pain points head on, and hopefully by the end of it, you can turn that pain point into hopefully a better customer experience and revenue stream for yourself. First, we're going to talk about the problem that's driving the security teams crazy, the flood of false alarms coming from our CCTV or video surveillance systems. We're talking about those alerts that have security personnel rushing to the scene only to find out it's a reflection from a tree or it's an animal running through the perimeter, and the video system took it for an intruder. And this is not acceptable. I will then present AI solutions that significantly reduce false alarms, showcasing the latest advancement in this field. We'll also look at some real case studies and demonstrate successful deployments. The session will cover some commissioning strategies, how you set these systems up, providing practical advice on how to integrate these new technologies into your existing video surveillance systems. Following the presentation, there will be a Q&A segment where you can ask any questions and get more insights. Feel free to ask your questions anytime during this presentation so we can take them towards the end of the presentation. Finally, I encourage everyone to take the next steps, boost your security, and then make the most out of this AI technology. It's already here, and you can use it starting today. Thank you for joining today, and let's get started. Now, what is the definition of false alarm? Let's talk about that. A false alarm in video surveillance is an alert triggered without a real security incident or without a real security threat. For example, a bank's alarm system mistakes a janitor after hours cleaning for a break-in and triggers a full security response. That's a false alarm. And false alarms happen for a few common reasons. Here are the three major ones that we see over and over again. First, the environmental factors, especially for a video surveillance system, anything like weather, changes in weather, animals through the property, or changes in lighting between day and night, evening, and so on, changes in vegetation, overgrowth of trees or branches, and so on, can trigger the system into thinking of it's a false alarm. For example, on a windy day, moving tree branches or passing animals can set off a false alarm. The environmental factors are big. Number two, the equipment issues. They're a big problem for causing false alarm as well, primarily because of camera malfunction or cameras using outdated firmware that are not working correctly. That causes false alarms as well. And third, the most common is installation errors. The human errors, especially in setting up complex security systems like camera systems, or placing cameras in bad spots so they don't have the full view, they don't have the full picture, lead to high number of false alarms. It's generally believed, if you talk to central stations or the local police and so on, that 95% of all alarms are false alarms. Imagine doing something 95% of the time during your day, and it happens to be frustrating work. And that's really what we're here to discuss today. The cost that, as per the National Institute of Justice, is somewhere around $2 billion in fines get issued due to false alarm. So this is the real problem. So let's chat about why such a pain for security team. Why do security teams care? Why do you care? Well, think about it. Every time an alarm goes off, somebody has to check it out, right? Either check it out on their video system or by dispatching a security officer to the scene. In most of the cases, it turns out to be nothing. That's a lot of wasted time and a lot of wasted money. And it's frustrating when officers goes to a scene running around chasing shadows instead of catching real bad guys or solving real business issues. And here's the tricky part. After a while, people get tired of these false alarms. They start thinking, oh, it's probably another one of those nothing again alarms. And even when it might be real trouble. We've all read stories about museums and very high secure installations where somebody did not respond to it thinking it was a false alarm. It's like the old story where the kid kept yelling, wolf, but there wasn't one. And in this case, your system keeps yelling intruder when there isn't one. And it's not just annoying. As I said, false alarm costs a lot of money. Money in terms of wasted personnel, time, turnover. Turnover is the number one problem for a lot of alarm centers because of false alarm. And in some cities, you get fined for false alarms, especially if police is notified. So if the system keeps generating false alarm, people stop trusting it. And that, I think, is the number one issue with false alarm. That's dangerous because not only they ignore a real alarm, it's bad business for security integrators because the customer has lost trust in the security system. They don't want to invest in it. They don't want to upgrade it. They don't want to do anything with it. They just happy with status quo because most alarms are false alarms. And lastly, false alarms have even caused panic. There's a news article about false alarm causing an evacuation, as it's causing huge disruptions in the business, as well as some guys causing panic during evacuation. So it's not just a small problem. This kind of makes the whole security system pointless. And the good news is there's ways to address it. One of the ways that has been found to be very successful is adding a layer of AI technology to your video surveillance system. It's like adding a watchful guard dog to your home who never gets tired and knows the difference between a burglar and a mailman. That's the level of intelligence we need. Here's how it works and why it is so effective. Let's look at the technology in very simple terms. AI uses deep learning, which are neural networks, pretty much like how our brains work, that learn to spot patterns in images and videos, much like our brains do. Next, the AI uses this thing called time series analysis. That is, it doesn't just look at one snapshot, it understands how things change over time. It's a very important part of creating a scene and figuring out what's real and what's false. And then there's something called transfer learning. That is the AI that has been trained over hundreds of scenarios. It's like you having a security officer who has the experience of working in thousands of sites before they come to work at your site. And then lastly, something called adaptive threshold. That means the AI can adjust its sensitivity based on conditions, based on day versus night, based on the zones you have set up, and so on. And collective deep learning, time series analysis, transfer learning, and the adaptive thresholds help reduce the false alarms. So a wind blowing certain trees would not create an alarm in your system going forward. So why do you care? What are the key benefits? AI dramatically reduces threat detection time while reducing false alarm. Think about it. Reducing the time to detect a threat is very important for any security response while reducing false alarm. And it spots the difference between a real intruder and harmless environment, leading to more precise alert. It immediately hits the bottom line. It's a cost savings of fewer false alarms cannot be overemphasized. And it also reduces the need for constant human monitoring, thousands of cameras or hundreds of cameras, so you can actually cut on some of the labor costs. Potential savings from fines from law enforcement is another great benefit of repeated false alarm. And lastly, the trust and the reliability you gain in the system, that's huge for your business, huge for your customers. And not only that, the system can continue to improve itself over time, just like humans do, and becomes more reliable. So the higher trust in the system leads to quicker response because people do trust the threat it is highlighting, and you get a much more better response. That means a much more happy customer. So bottom line is this: the AI technology not only makes your cameras more intelligent, but transform your entire alarm operations. It delivers higher accuracy, significant cost savings, improving the reliability. This is a game changer in the video surveillance business. Now let's talk about Ganz, AI box. How does that happen? AI Ganz is a powerful device, as you can see on the screen. It's a simple device that makes your video surveillance system 10 times better with the AI technology. The team at Ganz has worked very hard to create these ready-made templates that make this AI setup super easy. It's as easy as like setting up a destination on your Google map. They've tested this against huge number of real video feeds, and that's why it works. So these templates are pre-made settings for common surveillance scenarios. For example, they have a template for intrusion detection, alert when a human enters a restricted area, not a plastic bag flying through the restricted area. Or they've trained it for loitering alert when a human stays in the spot too long, or people counting, fall detection. We're actually going to see some of these in the next few screens, but there are pre-made templates that are out of the box, ready for you to be able to set up and make these out of the box scenarios very easy to deploy and commission in a new environment. What it helps is, instead of setting up each scenario manually, you just pick the right template you need. Now, how do these templates reduce errors and save time? These templates are tested and optimized to avoid errors. That's what the transfer learning you were talking about. It's like a guard who had learned to use security system across hundreds of cameras. Bring that intelligence in the AI. So, for example, setting up a fall detection in the older system required fine-tuning numerous parameters, motion thresholds, object size, duration, and so on. These templates handle all of that automatically. That saves a lot of time. What used to take hours or days can now be done in minutes. Even someone with minimal tech skills can set up the system quickly. So in short, these templates make a complicated process simple, fast, and reliable. And that's really the magic of this box, the AI box. What you're seeing now is the template setup screen in the Ganz AI box. Here's how it works. You can access it from any web browser. No special software or deep technical knowledge is needed. Just log in securely if you have the right privileges through the browser. And once you're logged in, you can use the discovery tool to find the AI box using its IP address. You can change the IP address as needed. The interface is simple, intuitive, with clear sections for video inputs and AI templates. You're seeing some of the AI templates in front of you. You can choose from pre-configured several templates from common scenarios, like I mentioned: intrusion detection, loitering, people counting, vehicle stopping or parking in the wrong spot, and so on. These templates save you from manually setting up any complex parameters. You can definitely fine-tune like your detection zones and choose between fast or careful detection modes. And that's it. Point and click and you're set up. More importantly, these templates have been battle tested to reduce errors and ensure reduction in false alarms. The AI box provides detailed analysis, accurately classifying all types of objects: humans, cars, trucks, buses, animals, trees, etc. And it can monitor multiple channels at once, offering comprehensive monitoring, which is way beyond what's practical for a human or even two operators or four operators in an alarm center. The AI box includes advanced features like object detection, tracking, pose estimation to understand body movements, scene understanding, and very important features like privacy masking, especially if you want to ensure that faces are not detected, but everything else is detected, actions are detected, tamper detection, and even data analysis, and event data analysis. So examples of how templates work, I'm going to share with you that next, and you will really see the power of the system. Let's look at some real case studies. Now watch the AI box in action here as it proactively monitors for intrusion. The video demonstrates how the AI accurately detects a person, then detects a person entering a restricted area and triggers the alarm only when necessary. Once the AI box detects an intrusion, it triggers an alarm. And in this case, plays an audio recording using a secondary device. The person steps back and no further action is needed. This shows how the system can detect minor infractions and resolve them without causing unnecessary alarms. Next, you see another person approaching the same restricted area, but at night. The system again triggers the alarm only when required. An older CCTV system might have triggered 10 false alarms there, but the AI box correctly identifies the alarm only when needed and helps resolve it. You know, as these videos show, there's continuously monitoring of the system. In this case, what you're seeing is a more fence-related serious scenario unfolds. Again, someone climbing over a fence in a high security area. The AI box not only detects this intrusion, but also recognizes it as a severe breach. It immediately escalates the response, alerting security personnel, providing real-time feed. Here you're looking at a construction scenario, construction site. Throughout the videos, you can see how the AI box accurately captured genuine threats while intelligently filtering out non-issues. It's not only detecting movements, it's understanding the context, recognizing patterns, making smart decisions. And this sophisticated approach reduces false alarms, ensuring that an alert is triggered only for real and serious reasons. The result is a more reliable security system the security teams can trust, leading to quicker response only for genuine threats and less wasted time on false alarms. The AI box continually builds the trust. Let's look at another scenario. In this scene, we're looking at a typical office space. It's a work day, employees are moving about. Suddenly, the AI box detects an alarming situation unfolding. A person enters the frame, the AI immediately notices something unusual. The individual is carrying an object that is identified as a potential weapon. The employee is not standing in their natural position anymore. But AI doesn't just stop at object detection. It analyzes the body language, movement patterns, and their interaction with others in the space. The system observed the armed individual is approaching an employee in a threatening manner. It's not just the presence of the weapon that triggers the alert, but the combination of factors, the weapon, the aggressive body language, the direct approach towards a specific person with their arms raised. Within milliseconds, the AI box processes this information, recognized as a severe threat, and it escalates into the highest level of alert. And here's the beauty of it. Because of that real-time alert, now what can happen next? Security personnel can receive an urgent alert with real-time video feed on their videos, on their mobile phones, and so on, with the exact location of the incident. The system can be configured to trigger office lockdown procedures. And officers could be notified about being dispatched to the information while seeing the ongoing information. A silent emergency notification could be sent to employees' computers and phones, providing instruction for safe evacuation or shelter-in-place procedures. See, all of this is the AI box ability to not just detect a weapon, but to understand the context of its use in a typical safe environment. It demonstrates how the system can differentiate between the employee harmlessly carrying a box or a tool versus a true threat scenario. By accurately assessing the severity of the situation and responding appropriately, the AI box proves its value when needed. So let's look at another situation. In a retail setting, the AI box monitors the cash area to ensure security and enhance customer service, especially for notifying staff to respond promptly thereby reducing customer wait time. Especially in this case, you're looking at a check-in cash register area. If people start lining up there, will automatically notify somebody within the retail location. And so the AI box not only solving the security problem, but also helping with the business side of what the customers need. So how does AI box improve security? And these are some of the questions that I'd like you to take away from this presentation, is whether you're in an office building or securing a school campus or retail site, AI box improves monitoring and response times while reducing false alarms that are very common in these facilities. It ensures more accurate threat detection, leading to better overall security. In retail setting, it's not only looking at people counting, but also during open and close time, you can use again those pre-made templates for different scenarios, such as monitoring for loitering at night and detecting for falls during the day, ensuring both compliance and safety. The reduction in false alarms is minimizing the disruptions, and that is a big improvement in security. What results can be expected from the AI box? Now, users have been telling us significant reduction in false alarm, streamlined installation processes, and overall improvement in security, and most important, the trust in the system. The trust in their security system leads to a better security team and a better outcome for the end users. The accuracy and reliability of the system leads to better security outcomes. And I cannot re-emphasize the trust leads to better investment in security going forward. What are some of the big key lessons implementing the AI box? The key lessons that we hear over and over again is simplified initial configuration using templates was the key winner for most of the customers. Simplified templates. And so remember that word, because these templates not only help to deploy, but also continue to make it easy to come up with all possible scenarios that we would encounter. The value of continuous self-learning within the system cannot be overemphasized, because the system continuously learns, just like what humans do. And the necessity for regular upgrades is required for optimal performance. Most of the computer systems and video surveillance systems require continuous software updates, and so does the AI box. These practices ensure a very high system effectiveness, reducing false alarm, building confidence in the system, and really building more investment into the security solutions. This has consistently proven to strengthen the relationship between security integrators and their end clients. So as you can see, the AI box is a powerful tool, offering advanced features like AI video analytics, easy setup for the existing encoders, multiple level of AI models and algorithms to reduce the false alarms. It uses high-performance pose estimation to understand body movements, smart scene detection to monitor activities. You can run multiple AI applications with each video channel, integrating it easily with your existing systems. The configuration is web-based, as I showed you earlier, and include many interfaces to meet different standards, and it's also NDAA compliant. So what's the next steps? In today's webinar, we discuss how AI is transforming video surveillance. False alarms are a big issue, wasting time and resources, causing alarm fatigue, and of course, a big cost. AI helps by accurately identifying real threats, reducing false alarm, and improving security response. You saw some of that live. We also showcase pre-configured templates for scenarios like intrusion detection, loitering, zone counting, making the setup very easy and your system much more trustworthy. This boosts customer retention and encourages more investment in security solutions. Overall, the Ganz AI box makes security system very efficient. And let's be honest, keep your customers happy with AI or your competition well. Here's sort of some suggested next step. What I encourage you is visit the Ganz security website. Check out the product details, especially the resources section. Request for a demo, schedule a live demo to see the AI box in action. Contact the Ganz sales team. I'm going to share that contact information with you next. Review some of the case studies, some of the demo materials available online. And as you evaluate AI box, as you use AI box, feel free to share your feedback with us, the Ganz team, security team, to help improve the product. I know we're going to go into some of the Q&A sections, but while you're sharing your Q&A, your questions, I'm also going to have the Ganz contact information there, so you can contact us after the webinar. Nina, are there any questions that we can take at this time?
Yes, actually, we have a few questions that were sent in with the registrations. So can we start with them?
Oh, great.
Okay, the first one is, I would like to understand the technical details behind this.
Sure, yeah, I mentioned some of the technical details, like some of the AI models that help enhance the AI box looking through the false alarms. You can contact Ganz Security directly. You can see their email and phone numbers here. There's a lot of technical information on the website. Happy to have that discussion more one-on-one with you, given I don't want to bore you with AI models that really enhance it. But the big news that you should remember is it can work with your existing security cameras.
Okay, thanks. A second question is, how do you protect privacy?
Oh, great question. This question is probably the top 3 questions that keep coming up in conversation, especially over the last year or so. The AI box protects privacy by employing active privacy masking, which means it can automatically blur or block out sensitive areas or individuals in a video feed. Now, this is a huge feature, is a huge offering from the AI box, because this ensures personal data is not visible or not even recorded unless it's essential for security purposes. Additionally, the system adheres to strict data protection regulations, ensuring all video data is securely stored and access is tightly controlled based on privileges. Lastly, per your policy, the data can be deleted or archived based on 180 days or 90 days or 30 days type time windows. So I hope that answers that.
Okay, thank you. Okay, another one that was sent in. Can you give me an example of integration of LPR to open a traffic barrier?
Oh yeah, another great question, because the AI box capability is not only in what it can detect, but then it can how translate that data for another secondary device to take over. For example, integrating with license plate recognition system is very common. To open a traffic barrier is a very common use case. Setting up a dry contact out to a gate is possible with AI box. For specific implementation level details, please do contact Ganz Security and consult with their integrator one-on-one. Happy to set that up. Feel free to reach us out based on these phone numbers that you see on the screen.
Okay, another question sent in. There were 5 of them. How do I manage a PoE switch with AI?
Good question. The AI box does run seamlessly with a PoE switch. The power of Ethernet is there for efficient power and data management. AI box supports the PoE switch.
Okay, one more, and then we have 2 live questions. What AI applications could impact central stations the most?
Oh, I think this is, thanks for asking that. I think this is a great question to really help bring the reason of this webinar home. Is one of the biggest benefits central stations can get is real-time threat detection. Because as you saw, the AI can identify and alert potential threat at least 10 times faster than a normal system, such as intrusion, suspicious behavior. So you can have a better response because security teams need more time to response. False alarm reduction is another big, huge one for central station, because they don't have the frustrating operators or frustrated security teams anymore. You're only chasing genuine threats and reducing all the unnecessary dispatches. And that's huge. Automated monitoring. As you see, the AI box can continuously monitor multiple feeds, providing consistent surveillance without human fatigue. So you can trigger audio alarms automatically to minimize unnecessary dispatches. That's a huge one for monitoring stations. And lastly, AI can help quickly review and analyze past footage for security incidents, saving time for investigations and reporting. All the AI box does is a lot of labeling of the video event, so you can make it easy for you to find the video that you're looking for.
Excellent. We have a live question from Megan. Do you have to just select just one template, or can multiple templates be applied to the same zone?
Yeah, I think good question. I think based on your scenarios, there are multiple templates can be applied to the same zone. I'll definitely get back to you, Megan, on exactly how that is deployed, but I think the answer is yes, you can apply multiple templates to a zone.
Okay, thank you. And we have a question from Antonio. How many video channels does the AI box support? And does it support third-party codecs like H.265 and H.265 plus?
Yeah, maybe I go back I think you could see some of that feature data right here. I think we do support codecs for a variety of different formats. And based on the size of the box you get, it could support 16 channels. But then you can work with the Ganz security team or your integrator to figure out how to support larger systems for sure.
Okay, we just have, Keith is answering. It will support H.264 and H.265, but not H.265 plus. That's from Keith Soar, our Director of Product Development. Are there any other questions before we wrap it up? Feel free to unmute your microphone or type it into the chat box. And so Megan says thank you.
Please keep the contact information. Please capture that. Thank you for joining us today. Remember the Ganz AI box, you're not just buying a security system, you're actually hiring the most vigilant, tireless security officer who never takes a coffee break and adding that to your team, not replacing your team, but adding that to your team. Let us move you from reacting to false alarms to proactively securing your environment. Stay safe, stay smart, and may your false alarms be few and far between. Thank you for joining today.
Thank you, Vik. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Have a great afternoon.